Eala ends 26-year gold drought in tennis women's singles at SEA Games. Bangkok, Eala ended the 26-year Philippine gold medal drought in women's tennis singles at the Southeast Asian Games on Thursday, here at the National Tennis Development Center. Eala breezed past hometown favorite Maninkaya Sawanki, 6-1, 6-2, to become the first Filipino to win the gold medal in women's singles after Mari Chris Fernandez-Gens ruled the event at the Brunei Games in 1999, 6 years before Eala was born. I think the thing that really makes me cry the most is when they played Lupang Hinirang, the national anthem, said the 20-year-old Eala. It feels like I've been dreaming about this for a long time, that I would be the one who could bring that kind of pride to the Philippines. So I'm very thankful and humbled to be able to represent our country, she added. Eala swept the tournament after topping Malaysian Xiaomi Leong, 6-3, 6-1, in the quarterfinal and Thai Thassaporn Naklo, 6-1, 6-4, in the semifinal. Advertisement. The 5'9" also collected a pair of bronze, making the podium in the women's team event and mixed doubles with Francis Casey Alcantara. What came before Eala's win was another historic milestone late Thursday night, when the Filipinas gave the Philippines its first-ever SEA Games football gold. The Philippine women's football team dethroned Vietnam in a penalty shootout, 6-5, in the final at the Chonburi Stadium. With Eala setting the tone early on Friday, the Philippine men's softball team reigned supreme, dethroning Singapore in the final match, 3-0, in the afternoon. Mary Joy Trupa, Franklin Ferdy Yee, Erica Nicole Burgos, and John Patrick Siren, meanwhile, captured the silver medal in the duathlon team mixed relay. The quartet finished with a combined time of 1 hour 35 minutes and 35 seconds in the run bike race. The Philippines also won a fencing bronze in the women's AP team event. In women's 5-on-5 basketball, the Philippines dethroned erstwhile champion Indonesia, 66-55, in the semifinal at the Nimabuta Stadium to advance to the gold medal match. Advertisement. The Patrick Aquino-mentored team faces either Malaysia or host Thailand in the gold medal game. Gilas Pilipinas also entered the men's basketball final after holding off Indonesia, 71-68, in their Final Four duel. As of 6 p.m. Manila time on Wednesday, the Philippines ranked 6th in the overall medal standings, with a 40-58-125 gold-silver-bronze tally. For 26 long years, the women's singles gold medal in tennis at the Southeast Asian Games existed for the Philippines only as a memory, an echo of applause fading into history. Courts were swept, rackets restrung, and hopes quietly carried by generations of young athletes. Yet the gold never returned. Until one afternoon, when a teenager named Alexandra Alex Eala stepped onto the court and changed the narrative. This was not merely a victory written on a scoreboard. It was a story of patience, belief, and a nation rediscovering its reflection in a young athlete's calm gaze and fearless swing. The weight of waiting. In sports, droughts are not measured only in years. They are measured in silence. Silence in headlines. Silence in medal tallies. Silence in the dreams of athletes who wonder if they are chasing something already lost to time. For Philippine women's tennis, that silence stretched across 26 years. While other nations surged ahead, the Philippines waited, sometimes loudly hopeful, sometimes quietly resigned. Tennis courts across the country still echoed with ambition, but the ultimate reward at the SEA Games remained elusive. Eala was born into this silence. She did not grow up with stories of recent triumphs to lean on. Instead, she grew up with a hunger to compete, to improve, and to prove that the future need not obey the past. A young player with an old soul, Eala's journey did not follow the easy arc of overnight success. It was shaped by early mornings, long flights, and the difficult decision to leave home to train abroad. At a young age, she joined the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, where talent alone was never enough. Discipline was demanded. Resilience was forged. On court, Eala developed a style that mirrored her personality, composed, intelligent, and quietly fierce. She did not rely on flamboyance. Instead, she trusted timing, placement, and an unwavering belief in preparation. Each match became a lesson, each loss a blueprint for growth. By the time she arrived at the SEA Games, she carried more than a racket. She carried expectation, hers, her country's, and that of every Filipino tennis player who had dared to dream despite the drought. The match that rewrote history. The final match was not simply a contest of skill. It was a test of nerve. Across the net stood an opponent equally determined, backed by her own nation's pride. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, the air heavy with the awareness that history waited for no one. Eala played with a calm that belied her age. Every serve was intentional. Every rally was a conversation she controlled. When pressure mounted, she did not rush. She breathed, reset, and trusted her training. Points turned into games. Games turned into sets. And then, in a moment both explosive and serene, the final point was won. 26 years collapsed into a single heartbeat. As the ball touched the court for the last time, history shifted. Eala had done what many had hoped for and few had believed possible. She had reclaimed the gold. More than a medal. Gold medals shine, but their true value lies in what they awaken. For the Philippines, Eala's victory was not just a statistic corrected or a drought ended. It was a reminder that global competition is not reserved for the powerful or the expected. It belongs to those willing to endure the long road, to invest in youth, and to believe even when results are slow to come. Young girls watching from modest courts across the country saw something new that day. They saw themselves, not as spectators, but as contenders. They saw proof that tennis, often viewed as distant or unattainable, could be a stage where Filipinas stand tallest. Carrying the flag forward, Eala did not celebrate wildly. Her joy was contained, respectful of the journey that brought her there and aware of the road still ahead. That composure spoke volumes. It suggested that this victory was not a conclusion, but a beginning. With the gold medal came responsibility, not imposed, but naturally earned. She became a symbol of what is possible when talent meets structure, when national support aligns with personal sacrifice. Her triumph reignited conversations about sports development, grassroots programs, and the importance of nurturing athletes beyond fleeting moments of success. In breaking the drought, Eala also broke complacency.